So Mom and I were having a conversation, and I said, "Stop," and I said, "Okay, feel your energy. Feel the energy in the call. Feel the energy in our interaction, and where the energy's flowing." And I don't remember exactly. Do you remember, Mom, exactly what you were feeling or what you identified? It's not important if you don't. I just don't want to get it wrong.
Well, you can get it wrong if you want, if it makes a good point.
Well,
But
what I was feeling is like my energy was being pulled, like I was getting drained, and my energy was going to her. So this is like the 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 practical side of giving self away, and so we have a certain established pattern around that, where you know Mom starts pulling for my energy. And then I usually get a little grumpy or a little standoffish or whatever. And I said, just stop. I want you to feel the flow of energy.
he gets a phone call.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
That's when you get a phone call.
Yeah, that's right. And so that and she got it. She said, oh, I see, I'm pulling your energy. I said, yeah. And I didn't tell her. I just said, feel what it feels like. Yeah, it feels like I need something from you. I said, exactly. And I said, so let's stop that. And I want you just to feel the feeling of giving that to yourself. And she go, oh my gosh, I can do that. and you should teach this to me. Do you teach this all the time? I said, no, I've never taught that before. But it's really a good thing to start to notice. And then, with somebody that's safe, you can start to name it. Hey, let's just feel the flow of energy. Because as we go up through the levels, is that we are providing all our own energy, that we're not pulling it from somebody else, and we're not allowing anybody else to pull our energy from us. We're contained to all that. And then we give from our abundance. But it's easiest and most enjoyable to do it with somebody else that's holding their own energy. And we still talking ideas. I mean, I don't remember what the problem was, whether finances or home repair or whatever, but we can still talk about the issue. It's like, oh, how do you fix that? Or how do you use that? How do you use that app or whatever? And it's like, oh, try this. Oh, I could do that. Oh, let me figure that out. Rather than, I don't know how to, blah, blah. It's like starts to pull the energy. And we're surrounded. Everybody that, has a void at one of the three levels is going to try to pull for energy around that. Or at level 1, we try to pull energy to, I want to feel better. I feel angry. I feel sad. I feel hurt. Pull for energy around it. At level 2, it's like trying to be okay. It's much more mechanical. Well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I don't know how. At level 3, it's pulling for attention to my ideas. Like, I know a lot of people at level 3, when I'm really filled, I don't need anything. I don't need anybody else's attention and approval. I'm not looking to try and get my life fixed, and I'm not looking for somebody to make me feel better. And, so when I can provide that for myself, I go to level 4. It's kind of like the heart-mind conversation, right? Same thing. Mm-hmm. Mind's kind of always pulling for something, and the heart's like, hey, like, you guys can let's just chill out here and be cool, and we can have a conversation. And so just start to notice the energy exchange between you and each person. What every time you're interacting with somebody is what's happening with the flow of energy. Best is we're both contained and we're both adding. Like my sister and I, sometimes we'll just riff on each other. It's hilarious. It's like I'll start something or she'll start something that's just kind of silly, and we'll just keep adding silliness, and we just end up rolling around, cracking up. Everybody else thinks it's hilarious, because it's so funny. I mean, we have a stand-up, improv routine going, and that, so that's really fun. Just we're both contribute, it's just energy's being added for everybody. Everybody's feeling more energized, and that's more like a level 4 kind of interaction. And then, like the coaching training program starting on Saturday, and then, we're putting that in a container where energy's not being drawn, because by being curious and asking questions and being interested, I'm not giving any of my energy. I'm not trying to solve it. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not putting my energy over there in the other person. I'm just curious. I'm interested in understanding what's going on for them. And so that puts it in a different container too. Inquiry, can really shift that flow of energy. Just an example of inquiry that shifts the flow of energy is somebody saying, complaining. I say, hey, what do you need from me? What? I just need you to listen. Oh, okay. I got about 5 minutes left. But if they say, well, I'd like to feel better, then I say, well, what's in the way of you feeling better? Da, 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 da. I say, well, why do you hold on to that? But do you see how I'm not giving any energy over to it? If I'm giving energy, it's like, I've got a problem. Oh, you poor dear. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, let me tell you how to solve that. And I start putting my energy over there. I start getting invested in their problem, da, da, da. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel all drained out, wrung out. And that's the vampire effect. So many vampires out there just want to take energy. And there's those three major ways to do it. One is to have bad feelings. At level 2, it's either to have a problem or to fix somebody else's problem. And at level 3, it's like give me attention. My idea is best. You need to listen to me. Do what I say. I've got a plan. And just taking all the worth out of the environment. Anybody know somebody like that just, you get together with them and they take all the worth out of the environment, like they're the worthy one, they're the center of attention, da, 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 right? And they're just sucking everybody's energy. Now they have minions and a crowd to do, and they're just pulling everybody's energy. So just notice what's the flow of energy. The most fun is, like, I was on a coaching call with somebody today, and we were talking about him starting his business. I was laying out this whole framework for him starting his business. I said, and he wants to do online courses. I said, you got to make them fun. You got to get a shtick, and do something to catch people's eye. And I said, why don't you get together with some friends and kind of brainstorm ideas for a shtick, or to make it entertaining, or to grab people's attention? He said, oh, that'll be so much fun. And so that would be like a generative level 4 conversation. We're going to sit around and laugh, think about silly ideas, things we could do to capture people's attention and get viewership and bring the energy up. And he's going to do educational videos for kids about how to be successful at school. And I said, you're going to have to make that damn interesting, And I didn't have a great idea. I said, I don't care what it is. Like every 5 minutes, take something out and put it on the table and smash it with a hammer or something, take a can of baked beans, pound the crap out of it, or I don't know, blow something up, show pictures of big wave surfing. I don't know, just do some wild stuff to shift the energy, to make it interesting and stimulating and weird, and have a shtick. And so it's just fun. Like then all of a sudden we brain, I've got it. Oh no, how about this? It's like that's where it gets generative. Or, it can be more serious. I've got an idea. What I want to do is this. Okay, well, what you could do is, how about you do this? Yeah, I could do that. And then I could do this. Oh, that's a great idea. And if you did that, you could do this. That's what generative energy is. At level 4, whether it's a relation, it could be in a relationship. It's like, wow, it feels like we're kind of stuck in the mud here. What could we do to liven this relationship up? Do you have any ideas? Well, we could do this. Oh, that'd be hilarious. I'm too scared to do that. How about we do this? That's what we're all looking for, is that generative, interactive qualities. So, and you're not always going to be with somebody, that can do that at every moment. Your heart does that, right? In each one in its unique ways, just like we were talking about. But then when we put two hearts together, we put the squirrel and the fat fairy godmother together. They're going to have a blast. I mean, I could just imagine the sweet squirrel and the fat fairy godmother hanging out and having a ball, right? Do you get that? Like every one of your hearts, you put it with anybody else's heart, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. So that's what we're looking for. So just start to watch and pay attention to those energetic exchanges. So that's my lecture for today.